The LA Chargers just got dealt a tough hand by the NFL. Their first home game of the season? It won't even be in Los Angeles. Instead, the league is sending them thousands of miles away to Brazil as part of the NFL's International Series. This decision is frustrating for several reasons. Let me explain. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. The biggest issue is that it takes away a home game from the Chargers fans. And not just any home game. It's the first home game of the season, a game that usually sets the tone for the. Instead of playing in front of their home crowd at SoFi Stadium, they'll be in an unfamiliar environment, playing in front of a neutral audience that likely has little connection to the team. The Chargers have already had a tough time establishing a solid fan base in Los Angeles since moving from San Diego. Unlike some teams with deep-rooted histories in their cities, the Chargers are still working to build that local support. Losing a home game, especially the season opener, hurts that momentum. Fans who have been waiting months for the new season, excited to see their team in person, are now left with nothing. No game day experience, no tailgating, no home field energy. The NFL has essentially taken away one of the biggest games of the year from them, all in the name of expanding its brand internationally. It's not just the fans who suffer. The players also have to deal with unnecessary travel challenges. Imagine moving an entire NFL operation overseas. Coaches, staff, players, equipment, everything. Long flights, time zone changes, and completely different stadium conditions create logistical nightmare. And if that wasn't enough, look at what happened last year with the Packers and Eagles game in Brazil. The entire event felt off. The lighting was bad, the crowd energy wasn't the same, and the whole atmosphere was a far cry from what you'd expect at a true NFL home game. At the end of the day, the NFL doesn't care about fairness. They care about expanding their global audience and, more importantly, making money. By hosting games in international markets, they get huge broadcasting deals, sponsorships, and merchandise sales. It's not about the players. It's not about the fans. It's about business. And the worst part? The Chargers won't even get a say in who their opponent will be in Brazil. Reports suggest that their two possible opponents are the Washington Commanders or the Minnesota Vikings, both tough matchups. The Commanders, despite their struggles, still have a defense that ranked top 10 in takeaways last season. The Vikings, led by Justin Jefferson, one of the best wide receivers in the league with over 1,000 yards in just 10 games last season, will not be an easy challenge. So not only do the Chargers lose a home game, but they also have to start their season with a challenging game in a foreign country. How is that fair? And the next 5 games will also be played on the opponent's grounds, meaning Chargers fans won't get to see their team on the home field for a while. The Chargers will have to face the challenge of playing in front of their competitors' fans. We all know how much of an advantage a home crowd can provide. Now, this is really frustrating news, but this is the part of the game, so now moving to another positive news. Jim Harbaugh has made a noticeable adjustment to his Los Angeles Chargers coaching staff this offseason. Another recent development involves a change within the staff under standout coordinator Jesse Minter as well. Jim Harbaugh is clearly determined to make the Chargers version 2.0 a success. The head coach has been actively involved in discussions about the changes the team will undergo for the upcoming season. Now, it looks like a significant change to the coaching staff has been finalized. According to recent reports, the Chargers have chosen their new edge coach, and honestly, the decision doesn't come as much of a surprise. According to CBS Sports' Matt Zenitz, Jim Harbaugh has promoted defensive assistant Dylan Roney to the position of defensive ends coach. Now, this is a perfect upgrade. The way the Chargers defense performed during the 2024 season is clear for everyone to see, especially their edge rush, which led the entire NFL. Behind that success was this 29-year-old young rising star. This change comes just before what could be a turbulent offseason for the front seven. Joey Bosa is a top candidate for a roster cut and might not return, while Khalil Mack is set to become a free agent and isn't guaranteed to sign a new deal. On top of that, players like Morgan Fox, Tier Tart, and Poona Ford are also heading into free agency. Harbaugh's defensive coaching staff has already taken a hit with safeties coach Chris O'Leary leaving for Western Michigan. However, Harbaugh acted quickly to address the gap by hiring Adam Fuller for the position. Promotions like Dylan Roney's haven't been officially announced yet as part of the team's annual coaching staff updates. So the big question is, how will the Chargers handle this offseason? Will they make the right moves to compensate for losing a home game? Or will this setback hurt them more than expected? What do you think? Should the NFL stop forcing international games? And what moves do the Chargers need to make this offseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments.